He's graduating now with a master's degree and a bachelor's degree with a 3.99. It's an extraordinary accomplishment. We have very difficult courses, and our curriculum is very rigorous. This morning in commencement, Blake leaned over to me as the business kids were all cheering about their college being announced. He says, "There goes half of your former students." We're often asked on recommendations if this student, how they rank compared to other students. And there's always one on recommendations that come from other universities that say, how do they rank? Are they 1 in 5 years, 1 in 10 years, 1 in 20? This is one I seldom write in, but with Blake, it's easy to do that. In the 20 years here, I've been here, I've never seen a better student than Blake. He comes to my classes, and he never takes notes. It's quite annoying. He stares at the board, kind of lazily looking at you. And sometimes I have this creepy feeling that he knows what I'm going to say before I do. And then he walks in and aces the exams. It's an extraordinary talent he has, and he's been very blessed. Besides all of his academic accomplishments, I noticed too that he has a perfect score on the GRE, on the quantitative portion. Blake has also spent time doing other things. He served an LDS mission in Washington, D.C. He's married to the former Robin Newhall of Hiram, and they have a new son born February 18th named Sam. He's been working the last 2.5 years for thermal management systems, and that's where he's going to continue working after graduation. Blake is also the youngest of 7 children, the first one in his family to receive an advanced degree. He's the son of the late Bruce Rush and Carolyn Rush. And I asked him this morning why he decided to become an engineer. And he said, you know, I always like taking apart things, I always like looking at mechanisms, and I always enjoyed math. Our valedictorian, Big Rush.
First, I'd like to acknowledge all the family members, especially mine, and everyone else's who've come to be with us today. And I'd like to note that among these college graduates, there are many, many great accomplishments that weren't mentioned today. There have been teams in this college that have gone on to win national competitions and countless great accomplishments that have been done by other graduates in this college today. Charles Kettering, an American electrical engineer and holder of 140 US patents, said, "High achievement always takes place in the framework of high expectation." I congratulate each graduate today on realizing the expectations of completing difficult engineering degrees. As we graduate, we're closing one phase of our lives and entering another. Some will obtain advanced degrees while others will enter industry as engineers or teachers, and others will move on to do something that they enjoy a little bit more than engineering. Wherever we go, we all share a common connection with this Utah State College of Engineering. As we prepare to move forward with our lives, I'd like to take a moment to look back at our time spent at Utah State. All of us have been going to Utah State for many years, as the Dean mentioned, some a little longer than others. I personally have been attending Utah State since the fall of 2003 with a break for a mission, which coincidentally was the semester that the engineering classroom building that we all know so well was completed. All of us have spent our fair share of time sitting in class, either asleep or awake, in this building. And who can forget the times we spent all day and all night in the computer lab working on that computer simulation that just wouldn't converge. Something that only engineers can appreciate, I suppose. We say farewell to the extracurricular activities and athletics at Utah State. I reflect on engineering weeks, days on the quad, and the activities of the engineering societies and others on campus. As our students at our time as students at Utah State has been an excellent time to be a fan of Aggie basketball. I know on my own priority list, basketball games always took precedence over homework. Many of us will be bidding farewell to Logan in beautiful Cache Valley. We've all lived through several cold winters, but ironically never attended a winter semester, only fall and spring. As we move out into the world, we leave with valuable degrees, but this is not the end of our education. J. Claire Batty, Professor Emeritus of Mechanical Engineering, likes to say that as his circle of light for learning increases, so does the perimeter of darkness. Let us all be aware that the perimeter of darkness let us all be aware of the perimeter of darkness, the things we don't know, even as we end our formal education. As engineers, many of us hope to be inventors. I know that's one of the things I would like to do. Charles Kettering, again, said, "An inventor is simply a fellow who doesn't take his education too seriously." Let us enter industry with an innovative spirit, remembering the value of our fresh minds and new perspectives. Perhaps the most significant farewells we will make today are to our peers and professors with whom we have made this journey. I appreciate those relationships I have been able to make, both inside the classroom and outside, as I'm sure my fellow graduates do as well. And with them, I thank all of those who I've had a chance to associate with for their friendship and advice. Again, I congratulate all of today's graduates for a job well done.